indigenous that started as a Nigerian affair is UNN. Okay, I should have. Okay, sorry. Let me stop here.
Thank you. That I would like you to continue that, Oga CM, maybe later on after we are done with our guest. But as we speak now, we have our guest with us. Barrister Olumide. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all right there. Yes, we have our guest with us right now, Barrister Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata, the governorship candidate of the Labour Party of Edo State. So he's going to be speaking to us. He's going to be taking lots of questions today. Why he wants to become the governor, the next governor of Edo State. So it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. If you can turn on your camera and unmute yourself so that we can get going, sir.
Good evening. Is this Elvis?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Elvis. Thank you so much. Really, really glad to be on the show this evening. You have to pardon my croaky voice for this evening because it has been a long and hard week.
Wow, I understand, sir. I really do understand. We do hope. I know how it is. I know how hectic it is to become, to choose to become a governor of a state. So you have a lot to do. Campaign has started already. So I just hope God gives you the strength to overcome all this. Thank you very much, sir, for having you on the show. Like I said before, we're just going to go straight to the point. We have a lot of people that are going to be asking questions today because they want to be sure why you want to be the next governor after what we all have passed through for the past 8 years in the state. We need something better than what we had before. My name is Elvis. I'm the owner of this channel. I have my co-moderator, Dr. CM, right there with us. He's here to support me in case anything happens to my network, then he can keep the conversation going. So, sir, I would like you to just give a brief introduction of yourself to this, because we have over 900 people listening to you right now, which is still growing. So it might get to 1,000 in the next 1 or 2 minutes. So I want you to speak to us. Tell us give us a brief introduction about you, sir.
Thank you, Elvis, and good evening, Dr. Siam. Nice to see you. I'm Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata. I will be 52 on the 7th of October this year. I'm a Bini man. I'm Bini. I come from the Akpata family of Benin. The wider family is known as Ogbebo Nusen because we are from Usen, originally from Usen, in the Ovia Southwest local government of Edo State. My father is a medical doctor, a German-trained medical doctor. His name is Ogieva Akpata. By the grace of God, he will turn 84 on the 29th of May. His own father was Chief Johnson Ogunleye Akpata, who was the Obanwoye of Benin in 1939 until he died in 1946. My father was essentially raised by his elder brother, Senator Olu Akpata, who was the Obayiwana of Benin. He died in 1998, was my father's most senior brother, and he raised him because my father lost his dad at the age of 6. Senator Akpata represented Bendel Central at the Senate in 1979, and he was a member of the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN. Senator Akpata was pretty much, you understand, like my grandfather, because that's what I knew him as, even though he was my uncle. My father's other siblings were Justice Ephraim Akpata, who was chairman of INEC in 1999, and his close cousin was also Chief Tayo Akpata, who was the Commissioner of Education under Ogbamudia and Executive Secretary of the PTF. My mother, unfortunately, I lost my mother when I was 21. Actually, when I was 20. She died in 1992. She was Patience Osama Gyogomewi Akpata, near Obasanjo. And she also maternally came from the Izeyamu, Ero, and Bazwaye families. I was born in Germany when my parents were both studying there. And then after that, we returned to Nigeria in the 70s. And my father moved straight to Warri in Delta State. So I grew up in Warri. I'm a Warri boy. I went to primary school in Warri. I actually started at Federal Government College, Warri, in 1982, but moved on to King's College on the 7th of January 1983. And so I essentially had my secondary school education at King's College in Lagos. And from King's College in 1988, I moved to University of Benin, where I was admitted to study law in 1988. I always like to recite my matric number. For those who may want to verify, is LAW 8802343. So I was admitted to study law, University of Benin, and I graduated in 1992. That was the same year I lost my mother. I went on to the law school. At that time, we only had one campus in Victoria Island, Lagos. And on the 15th of December, I was called to the Nigerian Bar. So last year, I clocked 30 years as a lawyer. I was trained after my youth service in Kano. I went to Warri, back to Warri, and I started working with one of the best lawyers I think this country has ever produced, Dr. Mudiaga Oje, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Officer of the Order of the Federal Republic. He trained me as a lawyer. And after a couple of years, I moved on back to Lagos to join my cousin Ogogo, my first cousin, who was just setting up the law firm Templars. So I joined him, and together for the last 25, 26 years, we have built a law firm that has grown to the glory of God to be one of the best in the country today. I stepped away from legal practice last year in August, but up until that time, we had built a law firm that started with 4 lawyers, but today there are well over 120 lawyers in that firm. We are located in many cities across Nigeria, and we're also in Ghana, in the West African coast, sub-region. Sorry, West African sub-region. So we've done well, and we're happy. It's a multi-sectoral law firm, full service. We are proud we boast of, like I said, 120 lawyers, 3 of whom are senior advocates of Nigeria. I've been very involved in the Nigerian Bar Association, apart from many other side activities, if I may call it that. And my involvement with the association culminated in my being elected in the year 2020 as president of the Nigerian Bar Association in a very keenly contested election. Note that I am not a senior advocate of Nigeria. Note that I am not a litigator. I have chosen to remain a corporate lawyer. And those who know law practice in Nigeria would recognize that that was that was no mean feat, because the presidency of the Nigerian Bar was thought to be the exclusive preserve of litigators, and more importantly, senior advocates of Nigeria. But I was able to reverse that trend. I was able to defeat 2 senior advocates to emerge as president of the bar. And I did my best in the 2 years that I was president. And I'm sure those of you who have lawyers in your families and as friends can find out how well we did in those 2 years. So in a nutshell, that is Olumide Akpata.
Wow.
If I may add, Elvis, I'm
yes,
Christian. Sir. I belong to the Redeemed Christian Church, and I've been a member of that church for over 20 years. I'm a firm believer in Christ. I'm married, and I also love to travel, and I love to read the biographies of great men from whom I learn useful nuggets that have guided me in my own life's journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for that information right there. I would like to start with, because since you ended by talking about your career in the law firm, I would like to ask, as a former president of the NBA, how do you, or rather, how are you going to juxtapose your experience in your administration if you become the next governor of Edo State?
Are you asking how I'm going to leverage on my experience as president?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that question. A lot of times people say to me, I don't know be MBA, or what you do, I don't know be MBA, not be the same thing. And I say to them, they say I talk saying are the same thing. But some of the principles are the same. The Nigerian Bar Association is probably the most prominent professional association in Nigeria, one of the largest, one of the oldest. We have 128 branches across the nation, 128. The president sits atop that organization, and you have to run that organization with the same considerations that you run a nation, because all interests are reflected or are on the table, as it were. 128 branches. You have Muslims, you have Christians, you have Edo, Yoruba, Hausa, as you can imagine, all over the country. So I think I'm grateful to God for that experience, because it has given me insight into how to run a multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-religious organization. And when you consider
Oh.
Augustine, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think his network is. Oh, no. Okay.
Just him. I think it's one of us.
all my is like to get. I think I'm back.
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know why sometimes these things does happen, but I believe today we should be able to escape it. If you can continue so that you don't lose your frame, your thought,
That
your
is
frame.
the reality. That is the reality of technology. So we have to live with it.
Exactly.
Nothing we can do about that one.
Yeah.
So, but I think we've lost Elvis. Oh, he's coming back now. Elvis
he's
is
coming
back.
back. Yeah, he's back.
I'm back, sir. All right.
We are grateful for technology. So I was saying that the experience from the Nigerian Bar Association has put me in a good stead. Because I have learned how to run a multi-ethnic, multicultural, a very diverse organization, as you would imagine is the case in Edo State. And with that experience, I'm a better person. I understand better the needs of people. I'm a more patient person, because you have to be extremely patient to organize that kind of to run that kind of organization. And like I was saying, in fact, the situation is a bit different. All my members were lawyers. Not easy to get lawyers to agree on one point.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Let me quickly ask this, because I have 4 questions I'm going to pass to you before I start bringing people in to pass their own question as well. If you become the next governor of Edo State, what are 5 most critical areas in Edo State that the Edo people will feel the immediate impact of change that Barrister Olumide Akpata has brought to them?
Very quickly, we will deal with agriculture. Number 1, agriculture. I'm passionate about agriculture. Passionate about agriculture for 3 reasons. 1, it will help us feed ourselves. A hungry man is an angry man. 2, it will improve the economy of our farmers. And by that way, you improve most of the farms are in the rural areas, you improve the rural areas. 3, we will create jobs. We will create jobs. And the multiplier effect of that, I don't need to explain to you. So agriculture, government will jump into agriculture, will be an active player in agriculture. Number 2, coming close to agriculture is education. Education is light. Education is light. Any leader who does not focus on our education is wicked. Any leader who does not focus on education does not want the people to come out of darkness. So Edo State, well, I grew up in Bendel State, we have always been known to be at the forefront of education. And so I am the product of Nigerian educational system. Elvis, I have not schooled outside Nigeria in my life. I was produced by Nigeria, the Nigerian educational system. I am passionate about it. I went to school at a time when we paid 90 naira per term for school fees in secondary school. We paid a pittance at the University of Benin. But I can stand shoulder to shoulder with any of my contemporaries around the world. I was produced by Nigeria. So it's important to me that we have education at the level that if not better than the one I experienced. I don't think that is the case at the moment. So education is number two. Number three, power. Luckily, our constitution has been amended. We are grateful to the immediate past president. If there's anything he did right, he amended the constitution to allow subnationals, to allow the states participate in the production of electricity, generation of electricity. As a corporate lawyer, I have participated I have practiced electricity law for over 25 years. So I'm familiar with that environment. I'm familiar with the value chain that is the electricity market. You can be sure that I will bring electricity to bear. I will improve electricity because that is a catalyst. It is the catalyst to unlock any economy once you have power. So we're going to ensure that we invest in the power sector, create mini IPPs around the state. That is number three. Number four, health is a human right. You're only as strong as your human resource. You need a healthy workforce. You need a healthy people. Healthy people. So for me, I must set up a primary healthcare center in every ward. We have 192 wards. It is not enough to set up a primary healthcare center in every local government. That is so inadequate. In every ward. Some of the ailments that our people take to UBTH and to Central Hospital can be dealt with at the level of primary healthcare center. Those of you who are familiar with the NHS know that the GP practice is at the heart of medical healthcare delivery in the United Kingdom. We can replicate that in Edo State. And finally, number five, because you asked me for only five, road infrastructure is critical. The economy cannot move if the people cannot move. I think it is such a tragedy. It was a very low moment for me when I drove past a particular road, a number of roads in Edo State actually, not just one, where the incumbent government put up a signboard that says, please bear with us. This is the federal road. That is such an embarrassment. That was such a disgrace. Road infrastructure is not a matter to be debated as to who owns the road. It is something that we must all work together and deal with. Roads that lead from the farms to the market. If you don't have roads that lead from the farm to the market, you can't take the goods to the market to sell. Roads that lead from the suburbs to the city center to ensure that the commute of the average person will not be a nightmare. Roads that lead within the state. Benin to Auchi, growing up, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, you are there. Today, it can be anything from 4 to 8 hours. I grew up in Warri. Benin to Warri, door to door, was 47 minutes. So number five is roads. Thank you, Elvis.
Thank you very much, Barrister. That was a wonderful response. So my last two, I'm going to put both of them together so that I'll stop because people already indicating they want to pass their own questions as well. Okay, now my last two. One is that can you explain in details how inclusive your administration would be for women and physically challenged individualisms?
You said you were going to ask two.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. And the other one, how do you intend to tackle courtesan drug cartels that are now in the choice area within Benin City and Metropolis and other parts of the state, most especially courtesan?
Okay, so women and the physically challenged. I am one person who is gender blind. I grew up with women. I only have sisters. I have no biological brother. Please let me just double check that you can hear me. Elvis, you can hear me, right?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can hear you.
So women, I'm gender blind, but sometimes that can be a problem because when you are blind, you may not even while it is good to be blind in that case, but then you may not even see the challenges that the women folk go through. So when I was president of the bar, I realized that it was not just enough to be gender blind. I had to be gender sensitive because the women are going through stuff that we, the men, sometimes don't really understand. So, for example, as president of the bar, I had to put in place a sexual harassment policy because I came to find out that the women lawyers, female lawyers, were going through a tough time working for male lawyers. They were really, really being abused. So and so I was not hesitant or afraid to put in a sexual harassment policy, calling for naming and shaming where our male colleagues were badly behaved. So at the level of Edo State, you can be sure that number one, I will have to, and I must run, and this is the Labour Party policy, anyways. We must run an inclusive government to ensure that our women folk are very well represented at all levels of government. And you have to be deliberate and intentional about it because, as far as women are concerned, that is one area that requires affirmative action. So we will need to legislate. We will need to, as a matter of policy, uh, uh, ensure that we enshrine in our law books the place of women in government. So you can be sure of that. I believe that you build a woman, you build a nation. You know what I mean? They are the cradle. They are the cradle that takes care of all of us. Um, as for the physically challenged, same thing. When I was president of the bar, my eyes were opened. I had to, on behalf of lawyers in Nigeria, apologize to our colleagues who are physically challenged because we just took for granted that we are doing well. Meanwhile, I think they've been so badly treated by the legal profession and by the nation. It is not our culture. We have not taken the time to actually treat the issues that affect our physically challenged persons with the importance that it requires. So, at the level of the Nigerian Bar Association, I worked closely with lawyers living with disability to ensure that we don't pay lip service to the matters that concern them. Simply look at buildings around public buildings. Just go and take a look at public buildings in most cities in Nigeria. They are not configured to take into consideration the needs of our physically challenged persons. We must take that into consideration. Just ensuring that, for example, building codes, we have building codes that are put in place to ensure that the physically challenged amongst us are considered when these places are being built. Ramps.
Yes.
All right.
I think I
Thank
lost
you.
you guys. Please confirm that
Yes.
you are still with me.
No. Yes.
We,
Yes.
we can
Yes.
hear you,
Yes.
sir. We can hear you.
Yes. We
If you can
can.
take
Yes.
on the courtesan question so that I can allow others to pass in their questions, sir. Are you there,
Maybe
sir?
there's a delay in the.
Oh, um,
I think he's on. He's on. He's just.
yeah, he's on. He's trying to
uh,
get back the audio, I
I
guess.
think we're back. We're back. We're
Yes.
back.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
yes. Okay, can
Great.
you
So I
take
move
on
on. So
the
physically
courtesan?
challenged, we have to. Physically challenged is very important. Our physically challenged brethren, very important that we deal with that. And uh, so you can't know it better than they who live that experience. So there's no way that we will have a government that does not have one or two of members of that community as part of the government so that they can help us understand their own reality so that as government we can formulate policy that takes their own issues into consideration. Moving quickly to cultism. Now, it is only those of us who have lived in Edo. I went to university in Edo State. I went to school at a time when cultism was on the increase. In fact, the first person killed in Uniben for a very long, I think about the first person killed in Uniben as a result of cult clashes happened when I was still in school. It was
Hmm.
causative factors to deal with it. I don't think it's something that we're just going to legislate about. So you must go to the causative factors. How come when I left school, My guys who were in one cult or the other, they dropped the cults, that membership when they were leaving school and went on to look for jobs. They found jobs and they quickly forgot all that cultism stuff, which was as a result of exuberance of youth. But today, kids leave school and continue as cultists in town. They become contractors to politicians, wicked politicians, who will not use their own children for such nefarious activities, but they go to these guys, give them jobs as as enforcers, if we may call them that. So to deal with cultism, I will go down to the causative factors. I will not. I'm a Benin boy. I grew up in Delta and Edo State. I know the people who are there, they're involved in these things. We must go and open up outlets, ventilation, so that our kids can come out of school and find jobs. They can be gainfully engaged. Nobody wants to be a cultist for life. Nobody wants to be known as a cultist. Now, use that to go to the issues. Now, of course, there's no doubt that there are a couple of them who insist on this way of life. Yes, we will bring the law to deal with them. But I think to deal with the problem, we need to first, particularly in Benin City, the reports I get about cultism is so concerning, so disturbing. You are hearing of 12 people killed, 14 people killed. I think we've lost Elvis, by the way.
I'm
You know,
here.
No, we are
people are
here.
being killed for no reason. People are just killed with no respect for life. And I think that as a government, a Labour Party government, we will dig deep into the issue and take it as a front burner issue. I think some of the governments who have been unable to deal with these issues, I think the reason is that they are guilty, they are complicit. They are complicit in the problem. So it's almost hypocritical to now want to come and attempt to solve a problem that you are a huge part of. I will not be a part of the problem. I will come with the solution as far as cultism is concerned. Thank you, Elvis.
Thank you, Barrister. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my panelists right now, a lot of them on the backstage. Please, for me to accept you to the screen, you must turn on your camera. Guys, press on the like button, help us to share so that our voices can go far. Turn on your camera. If you turn on your camera, I bring you in. If you don't turn on your camera, I'm not going to bring you to the screen. You know, I'm waiting if you guys are hearing me. It looks like you guys are just on the backstage, but you are not there because nobody's turning on their camera. That means you are not going to come to the panel. You know, turn on your camera. You know, one moment, guys. What's happening? You guys on the backstage, are you guys there? Okay, let me take on those that have turned their camera on already. Okay, Mr. Jonathan is there. Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much. Before I ask Mr. Jonathan to pass his question, Barrister, I would like to ask you, will you include women if you become the next governor of Edo State into your cabinet? Are you there, sir? Okay.
I even said to you that we would need to even it has to be affirmative action. We have to legislate. You know, in Nigeria now there's a talk of 35%. You know, we have to make it law because women need to be actually actively supported. So definitely any government that I lead will have a large number of women, not just a token amount, a large number of women. As long as they are qualified, as long as they are competent, they will be part of any government that I lead.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, you're going to be taking questions from my panelists right now. I'm going to start with the first person that joined the panel today, which is Honorable Sam. Honorable Sam, you have just 2 minutes. Anybody that's going to pass on their questions, you have 2 minutes to put your questions on. And if Barrister can take every questions within 2-3 minutes, that would be nice so that we can get to everyone. as quicker as we can. Okay, Honorable, please unmute yourself. What is your question? Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, for this join you to welcome our brother Barrister Akpata to the discussion. He has spoke eloquently, and we are proud the way he spoke. To me, it's easy to just say, I will do this, I will do that, I will do this. These are political talks. I'm a politician myself. We can always say we will do. We want to know how. What are your strategy you want to have you will put in place to tackle infrastructural developments, such as road reconstruction and maintenance of Edo State Road. A few minutes ago, you made mention of federal road, that whatever the present administration did, you spoke against it. That is federal road. I want to bring to your attention, in fixing road, we have what we call budgeting. In legislation, you cannot be budgeting for a federal road. You understand? You cannot be budgeting for a federal road. And if a road is not in the budget, there's little or nothing you can do. The only thing to do is to help the federal government to do it. So what are your plans? What are your strategy in fixing road? That's number one question. Number two question, how do you intend to attract private investment and stimulate economic growth in key sectors of the state? Because if you look at when we were growing up in school many years ago, we were told that government should have no business in business. No, our government is to create an environment and attract private investors to the state. How do you intend to do it? It's not enough to say I will do it. What are your plans? How do you intend to do it? No construction. What are your plans? How do you intend to do it? That's my question.
Thank you, Honorable. I mute you for now. Okay, Barrister, I'd like you to take that. If you can take that, I don't know, in 3 minutes, that would be nice. So we'll move on to the next person, sir.
Thank you, Honorable. I agree with you. Talk is cheap. A taste of the pudding is in the eating. I'm glad you're a politician. Now, let's look at the issue of federal roads. I have worked in Port Harcourt in Rivers State. I go to Akwa Ibom regularly. Okay, let us even say those ones are oil-producing states. What about Ebonyi State? The current Minister of Works was governor of Ebonyi State. You budget for the roads. You can budget for the roads, for the federal. You can budget to lend money to the federal government or lend the money that you need for the roads to the federal government. It is your roads. It is in your territory. You can budget to make provision for temporary allocation to these roads. And so that when you fix them, you can now seek for reimbursement. You can find your way to Abuja if you have not burnt all your bridges as a government. If you're able to it's about relationships. If you Umahi, who is the current Minister of Works, has consistently said to the states, if you fix the roads, we will do our best as federal, he has said. But if you sit down with us and discuss, you can fix the roads and you get reimbursed. Wike got reimbursed for the roads that he did in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State. Akpata got reimbursed for the roads that he constructed in Akwa Ibom. Ebonyi, if you go to Abakaliki, he used cement. His roads are about his roads remind me of Ogbamudia roads in Warri and Benin when I was growing up. Those are the roads I saw in Abakaliki. So if you are intentional and you really want to bring development, it's too easy. It is disingenuous to get up and say these roads are federal roads. That's illogical. You will engage with government. Subnational and federal government, they talk to each other. You belong to the National Council of State as governor. You have access to the Federal Ministry of Works. You make provision for these roads. When my principal, Peter Obi, was governor of Anambra State, he sat down with the road construction companies, mapped the state out according to senatorial zones, agreed on the number of kilometers that will be fixed on a monthly basis. And he said to me, by the time 48 months were done in his first term, he was amazed at the number of kilometers that they have been able to achieve. He who fails to plan plans to fail. I'm not just coming here to talk the talk. I will walk the walk. It's about prioritization. I recognize that we don't have all the resources in the world, but what do you make your priority? If you don't have roads, you're going nowhere. So federal roads, I personally, I've been in the private sector for the last 25 years. I have my relationships. with those who are in the federal government. We will sit down and you will let them know we are going to spend our money on these roads. Give me the commitment that we'll get reimbursed. I think it's as simple as that. If it's a priority. But for the current government, as far as I'm concerned, it was not priority. So it was convenient to just take the easy way out. Okay, is it every road that is federal road? What about our inner city roads that are state roads? It's a dismal situation we are confronted with. What are we spending our money on? Have you checked out the debt profile of your state recently? What was the money now? Did we not allocate some of that debt or the borrowings to road? So that's my issue, Honorable. Now you mentioned the issue of attracting private sector. I come from the private sector, so personally, I know the how do I put it? I know what I would like to see in any location that would take me there. I have advised in the course of my legal career multinationals, international companies who want to come to Nigeria. I know what they are looking for because that's what I have done in most of my professional life. I know that security is critical. There must be security so that life and property will be protected. I know that there must be power. I know there must be a government that is ready to enable businesses. So what is the tax regime in the state? What can I do? I mean, companies' income tax is not within the purview of the state government, but there are other levels of taxes that is within our capacity to give incentives to the average businessman. So on the issue of security, for example, you want to make sure that your the police, even though it's a federal force, they are properly equipped. Your security vote, but a chunk of it must go towards equipping the police in your territory. The DSS, they must have tracking equipment. It is incumbent on you. You have no choice. Until we have state police, we don't have it now. So you must do that to enable these investors feel confident enough to come into the state. Look at nightlife in Benin, almost grinding to a halt because of security. Elvis, I recognize we don't have too much time, so I'll stop there.
Okay,
Thank you,
very
Honorable.
much, sir. Thank you, sir, for your understanding. God bless you, sir. Okay, let me quickly come to the next person, Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Please, I would like you to pass your question in 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, and thank you very much.
Please,
Barry.
guys, always tell us where you are joining us from. Honorable, you are joining us from Benin City, Edo State, right?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jonathan, go ahead.
The city of Benin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Yeah, my name is Kingsley Jonathan. I'm joining this panel from Vancouver, Canada. I welcome you, Barrister Akpata. Thank you very much for taking the time out to be here today. My question is this, and I'm glad that you've just mentioned in your initial response to Mr. Elvis that your priorities are agriculture, education, healthcare as
You
well.
have 2 minutes now. 2 minutes.
Yes. So I just, if it's possible, yeah, these are your priorities, and you've highlighted them. So how could you today commit to this project that you've highlighted, these 4 specific areas that you've highlighted? Could you today commit with deliverable timelines?
I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear
looks
you.
like we're losing
Okay.
connection.
Okay,
Yes,
can you hear me, Barrister?
Can you hear me?
Barrister,
Barrister,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
yes,
hear
sir.
you.
I can hear you, sir. Oh, network. We can
I
hear
can
you,
hear
sir.
you, Barrister. Can you hear me?
His network is frozen, sort of.
Okay, yeah, I think it's the network.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Before we have him back again, Yes, give us a mandate. I'm aware you're on the backstage. When it gets to your time, I'll bring you in. You turn off your camera. That's why you were put on the backstage. Anybody on the screen, you can't turn off your camera. I'll put Honorable for now on the backstage as well. I'll bring Madam Luke in. Madam Luke, I can't bring you in because your camera is turned off. You know. Okay, Barrister, can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, quickly round up with your question, Mr. Jonathan.
Okay, yeah, I was. My question is: those priorities that you've highlighted, could you commit to these projects with specific deliverable timelines, without any ambiguity at all? And could you also state what consequences you, if elected as a governor, will be ready to face if these projects are not completed within the deliverable timelines?
Okay.
So that the people of Edo State can be rest assured that they are voting in a trusted man.
Thank you.
That's my question for you. If time permits, I may ask another. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan. You know, the timeline for any government is as prescribed by your constitution. The timelines, I'm not going to jump into those cliches of 100 days, 200 days. You have 48 months to test anybody you put in power to see whether they are true to their words and true to the commitments that they make. I will be deceiving you if I sit down here and tell you that I will fix the agricultural sector in Edo State in 8 months or 9 months. No, Jonathan, I'm not going to go down that route. If you hire me, because that's what you'll be doing, if you hire me as your governor, I will be your employee. You assess me over the 48-month period. I will come up for an appraisal when the next set of elections come up, because constitutionally, I'm
Okay. We lost him again temporarily. All right, guys. Please, we have 1,190 watching us. Please help us to like and share. Let our voices go. Just press on the like button wherever you're watching us from. Any of the platforms you're watching us from, Twitter, X, please do your part. On Facebook, do your part. On Instagram, do your part. On YouTube, do your part. Please just do your part. Thank you very much, people. Okay, let's see when we can have Barrister back. Barrister, can you hear me? Are you back? Okay, he's not back yet. That's a network. These guys were trying as well to attack me earlier on, but we have to fight back. You know how it is. These people, okay. I'm not worried for that for will not dish. Anyway,
Niger Watch, you have to expect it anyway, because sometimes you wonder why Nigeria is perpetually underdeveloped, whether it's just a case of not doing the right thing, or that people do not even recognize that they are in a mess, and therefore something must be done. Or I don't know. In fact, you see, sometimes people you want to help, because what we are doing here is to help people make informed choice, so that they know what they are getting into. You know what you are buying. It's not a case of buyer beware, but buyer be informed, so that you know the candidate you are getting. Whatever is your concern, you put the question out, and then watch how the person answers it. Thank God for internet. You can go back and review it between now and September, and you'll study it, and then make your informed decision and say, look, this man saying like this might be all those type of things. But when you see people trying to derail the effort, it makes you think, is the price really worth the candle? But it is. We hopefully he will be back again. I'm so happy with today's people, that those of you that turned up. Prince Collins, you are welcome. Jonathan, I welcome you. Madam Luke, thank God you are here. Obio Achuko, God's grace be upon you. F. Emmanuel, thank God you are here. Patricia Tabojumi, thank you very much. OC, my friend, thank you. For those that do not know Oster, Oster was the person I always quote. Oster said, you can rig yourself into power, but you cannot rig yourself out of poverty. So that means a lot to me. Each time I remember it, I shudder. I said,
Thank you, CM, for the
yeah,
acknowledgement.
yeah, because sometimes we need to tell people it's not easy when you rig yourself into power. Then when there are poverty, then rig yourself out of poverty. Let us see, you cannot. So that makes that reminds us of the need for at this stage of our national development. Okay, Honorable Sam is back again. Thank you
Okay,
very much. Let me add
ladies and
this.
gentlemen, we are waiting for Barrister. He's facing some network issue right now, as you guys saw earlier on. So he said he's going to be joining us shortly. So let's just exercise patience to have him back so that we can get through to others that want to pass their questions as well. So I hope the time will be permissible for me to take at least 5 calls, just 5. Then although he told us that they have time, but with this network issue right now, the time might not be allowed anymore. I don't know. But let's see how it goes. So we're waiting to bring him back. But so far, so good. I believe all questions are going on smoothly and he's answering them uh, as expected, But for no, everybody cannot be satisfied anyway. Now, if you know you're not satisfied, that's fine. You cannot pass that on right now. Once it's done with us, then we are going to continue the conversation. That's when everybody can be more expressive to tell us what you
Hello,
think.
Mr. Redwood. Can I suggest something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Since we are expecting you now, can you use this time, pick calls? Some of them I ask the same question. You just fuse them together and present it when it comes. It's a suggestion. I don't know if that is right.
No, I cannot because I don't want to present things anymore from my side. I want people to speak by themselves. I've passed my own question. The only question I can pick now randomly, maybe 1 or 2, which I've saved already from the comment section. That's it.
All
But if I
right.
have to be taking calls, I'll be memorizing everything that everybody's going to pass today to Barrister Olumide, then it might become too hectic for me. So we have it
Okay.
back now. So I'm going to take Honorable Sam back again to the backstage so that we can bring Barrister in. Okay, thank you very much, Barrister. You're back again. I guess you can hear me now, sir.
He's coming in.
I can hear you, and I was dealing with the question by Jonathan.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
sure.
So if you can finish with that question, sir, so that we move on to the next person.
So I was just telling Jonathan that the way the system works, and I think it's an okay system. I have told you what my priorities are. I have 48 months to deal with them. I have called them priorities. So that means I intend to deal with them as soon as I hit the ground running. But the time, and I give my commitment as an individual, that these are the things that I think that are important, and I will deal with them as soon as I get into office. What is left for you as the electorate to do is you wait for you first and foremost hold my feet to the fire and remind me constantly that this is what you promised before the election. Well, before the elections, you must live up to your promises. And if I don't, the system allows you to ensure that you do not allow a person like me to come back into office if I cannot keep my word. But I mean, that's the only way. Coming here to say 100 days, 200 days, those are cliches that I really don't indulge in. It's a function of what you do, how you do it, when you do it, and how quickly you can implement. And I think that's the best way to approach it.
Okay, thank
Of
you.
course,
Thank you very
if
much.
I commit any offense as governor, then you can impeach me.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. We've seen one impeachment already that happened in Edo State. But meanwhile, let's focus on why we're here. Let me quickly call on the next person. Please, guys, stick with your 2 minutes. That would be very, very nice. I would like us to move on to Madam Patricia Tagbojumi. Please tell us where you're joining us from. You have 2 minutes with your question. Unmute yourself, man.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Ivis, again. And I want to also thank Barrister Olumide for coming to speak to us. Thank you for honoring the invitation. And we are here to do justice to your
2 minutes.
yeah. Okay, thank you.
Where you
Can you
joining
hear me?
from?
Am I coming out loud and clear, or
Where
can
you
you hear
joining
me?
from, man? Yes, we
Yes,
can hear
yes.
you. Where are you joining
Yes,
from?
I'm joining from Denmark. Yeah, I was yet
Go
to
ahead with your
say that.
question.
Yeah, so I wanted to know because he spoke about 5 key points, which was agriculture, education, then primary health care. Exactly. That is where I want to find out how he wants to do it. I want him to tell us practically how does he intend to get the GPs, because like we know, a lot of Nigerian doctors have left the country. So if you're talking about setting up wards, GPs, primary health care in all the 92 wards, so how do you intend to get those doctors and the workers
Okay.
there to function for those 92 wards? And also, what is your, if you become the governor of Edo State, how do you intend to revive all aspects of the economy in Edo State, especially looking at Gelegele Seaport? Yeah, I know that
Your 2 minutes is up.
it's up. Okay, so let him answer that one then. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Barrister, please take that. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Elvis. The second question was not clear because of connection issues. So Patricia is going to have to ask the second question again, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam Patricia, quickly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you again. My second question was, how are you going to revamp all the resources? How the different like Gelegele Seaport, like I said, is there any plan to revamp it or to make it work or to create a seaport for Edo, the Edolites, instead of all these shenanigans of going to Lagos to clear our goods all the time, and
Okay.
all the time we have problems bringing them to
Thank you.
Benin? Thank you.
Barrister, did you get that?
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you. Yeah, I got that. So let me deal with question number one. Thank you, Patricia, my sister. I'm very grateful for your question. Firstly, it's not rocket science. It is 192 words, not 92. And as far as I'm concerned, nobody needs to drive or walk for too long a distance before they find a primary healthcare center. What is a primary healthcare center? Brick and mortar. If you look at it from the brick and mortar perspective, you're talking about a small bungalow. Small bungalow. What in terms of you're in terms of personnel, maximum one doctor, probably two nurses, and then a couple of healthcare attendants. Even me, in my phone book alone, I must have 192 doctors who are still in Nigeria. Not every doctor has jackpot. So if you call the doctors and you are ready to pay them. If you are ready to pay the doctors, if you are ready to equip with your primary healthcare centers, the kind of equipment they need is not high tech, whatever that is out of this world. And then you know what, madam? There are so many organizations, Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation, all over the world who are willing to come and help you roll out your healthcare center. Even that one too far, self. But Wigwe, before he died, had his foundation, HOW. They are building primary healthcare centers across the country. His brother, Igboje Imokwede, who is an one man, is involved in assisting governments right now.
Oh, it's happened again. Okay.
Okay. You can see this repeated network attack here, and this doesn't look deliberate. Sorry, it doesn't look normal. It doesn't look normal to me because it happens to me when Dr. Aswen Godaro was here. You all are aware of that. So what these guys are doing now, they are throwing whatever they are throwing to me, they are doing the same thing to Barrister at the same time. But we're going to have him back again. He's back again. So Mona no waruna go fair. Barrister Olumide will pass all his answers and questions, everything here today. So if you don't like him and you are doing whatever you are doing, now you go fair. You know, thank you very much, sir, for coming back again. We understand the network is tempting right now. So please go ahead with that answer.
So just to wrap up, we can find the doctors. I'm a child of a doctor. I'm very, very familiar with that space. We can find the doctors. We just have to pay them well. We can find the nurses. We just have to pay them well. We can equip, we can work with the private sector and build these primary healthcare centers so that we can free up our teaching hospitals for more serious cases and our tertiary hospitals for more serious cases. You mentioned the Gelegele port. I know that the current administration in the state have said a number of things that they are doing there. We are assessing at the moment to see what can be done with the Gelegele port, but I doubt if the Gelegele port would meet all your needs as far as the seaport is concerned. So we must also collaborate with the federal government to ensure that the Warri port is up and running. There are plans for the Cocoa port. If we're able to get the Gelegele port up and running, I'm studying it at the moment because I'm not the kind of person who would just criticize for the sake of criticizing. The current government has said a number of things that they have done there. I am yet to see traction. I know that they have a working committee. If what they have on ground is something we can build on, we definitely will. Because you are right, the port will definitely improve, will definitely aid.
Oh, not again. Okay. It happens again. All right. Let's be patient, you know. Yes, once you answer your question, you've passed your question, I'll put it on the backstage so that I can bring others in. I'm just waiting for him to finish with the responding to okay. Are you back, sir?
Yes, I think. Yes, you can continue.
Barrister, if you can hear me, sir, please go ahead.
Or maybe let him turn off his camera when he's answering questions. Whether that will help, I don't know. After all, we've already known.
Yeah,
it will boost the network. Yeah.
Yeah, that might help.
At least we've seen him.
Okay. Barrister, you're still on the screen. I don't know if you're the one trying to come in right now.
No, I'm still here. What I've done is I've just turned off my video just in case that can help with connection issues.
No, yes, it's better.
But I'm still here.
Leave it turned off. Just leave it turned off. I think it's better right now. Please round up with that question so that we'll move on to the next person.
I think I'm done with Patricia's second question, which is what will we do about Gelegele port? We definitely, a port like that would definitely aid the economy of Edo State. But my challenge is that the present government has put out quite a bit of information regarding what they are doing or planning to do. And my team and I are still studying what is on ground before I can begin to tell you what we will do different or whether or not we will continue with whatever is on ground.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Let me come to Osita. Osita, thank you very much, sir, for your patience. You have 2 minutes. Good evening to you once again. Please tell us where you're joining us from and go ahead with your question. 2 minutes.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Olumide Akpata. My name is Osita Franklin, and I'm joining from Scotland. I'm from Enugu State, by the way. And I must say this, you're someone I like. However, I think it's very imperative to mention that within, say, asking us to give you 48 months before we assess you, I don't think that's fair. Do you know why? You just said that governors get impeached. You're a lawyer and you know that that is not easily done. Most governors we've had, you can never think that is right.
Okay,
so for us, it's better we get someone in right. So what I want to look at is within the I think, okay, within the every should know how much they want to add to the state. You cannot develop and do anything in the state without money. Currently, Edo State is about 19 billion in terms of internally generated revenue. For someone who wants to become a governor of Edo State, should know by now how he or she intends to at least triple that amount of money. Because this idea of us getting spoon-fed from the federal government allocation is not going to do anything. Currently, the federal government allocation to Edo State is about the internally generated revenue is just about 7 times of what the federal government gives. So how are you going to generate money for Edo State people in the next 2 years? Because for other things you want to do, you need money to do it. And the FAC allocation is not going to be enough to bring any development, so long as I'm concerned. Please.
Thank you. Barrister.
So, let's go back to the issue of 48 months. Because it was Jonathan's question I was responding to. And for me, I really don't, we are used to politicians making empty promises. I'm a lawyer. When you make a commitment that you and I know is not something that anybody can enforce, I think it's a waste of time. So I am saying, I've told you my priorities. And I want to do agriculture. I want to do this, do the other one. And I'm saying it is your responsibility as a citizen on the spot at all times to say, what have you done about this promise or that promise? And you are the watchdog. Do you want me, Osita, to end the conversation by saying, oh, I promise you, Osita, in 100 days, we would have sorted out agriculture in Edo State? It's easy to say. I can say it and walk away. But I'm saying that we're in a partnership. Let us work together to ensure that you hold me responsible. Yes. Ultimately, it is what you have. I think it is, instant gratification. This desire for instant gratification is a major problem. You understand? 48 months is not such a big deal. It's not such a big deal. It's not such a long time. How many of those cycles have we seen? Do you know that we have been talking about electricity now since 1999? Till today, it's still not fixed. More than 48 months have passed. We haven't done anything about it. We are still under 5,000 megawatts as a country in terms of production. 5,000 megawatts is even too generous. The office of the citizen is important. Let us be up and doing, holding our leaders to account. Your election law is what is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Barrister. I think is
forming leaders. So let's forget about instant gratification. Extract from me my plans. I like your second question, which is, how are we going to raise the money? Extract from me a clear plan. And then if I mess up, make sure I don't find my way there. What do you want me to do? Should I tell Jonathan, oh, Jonathan, I promise, if I don't do it in 6 months, I will resign? Is that what I'm supposed to say to Jonathan? I have too much respect for this audience. You understand? To come here and start saying things that are not correct. So, let's go to the issue of income generation. In my own view, Osita, our current income profile, which is somewhere in the range of 16 billion, right? By the time you aggregate IGR and FAC, I think we should firstly deal with that as our current reality. What have we done with that kind of income on a monthly basis? 16 billion or thereabouts on a monthly basis when you aggregate IGR and FAC. It's quite a bit of change.
Okay.
I thought we suggested he switch off his video distance so that if that will help.
Yeah. Nadia was letting him know that he shouldn't put on his video anymore. Well, okay.
We're okay.
Okay, all right. We're going to have him back shortly, so that's fine. I think we are getting close to almost everybody. We still have few to go. Let me see. Yes, because the next person to speak now is going to be Madam Albe Ashoko. So when he's ready, then we'll come to give us a mandate. I'm going to give us a mandate to the screen to pass his own.
I never speak, bro.
Yes, you never reach your turn, sir. Now, after give us a mandate, now be you, Oga Prince, because I'm looking at the screen downstairs that you cannot see. Okay, we have him back again.
I've turned off my video.
Better, sir. I think it can work
My
this
bro,
way. Go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to keep the video on so that you don't think I'm hiding anything.
That's fine. We already know who is talking. Okay, I guess
in the spirit of full disclosure. No, I'm still addressing my brother Osita. So I was talking about how much we have currently, what we get on a monthly basis, prudent management of resources. Before I became president of the Barr, it was the notion was that MBA is a broke organization going cap in hand to beg the very same governments that they are supposed to be oversighting for money. I got to the association, found out that we earn over ₦1 billion every year from practicing fees. I worked for 2 years, ran the organization at an optimal level, and I left the place with ₦1.5 billion in the accounts of the association. Nobody else, no other president had done that. Now, that is on a smaller scale. So 16 billion. When you combine 16 billion as your income with the amount that you can get from international development partners, with the amount you can get from local investors and local partners, at least let us start working with that and deal with our issues. That is our reality for the moment. Then what am I going to do about IGR? So first and foremost, I must tell you, I'm very hesitant to increase taxation of any kind, at least in this outing. If we get into government, I'm very hesitant to go and punish the people further, because I think government has a moral dilemma right now, because to go and tax the same people who have been suffering under such a burden for all these years, for me, it's something that I'm not so keen to do. So I'm not going to tell you that we are going to increase any kind of tax. I doubt it very much that is a road that I would like to travel. So instead of doing that, we are going to have to ensure that government, we cut down the cost of doing business, and of running government, forgive me, so that we are spending less on running government. And then at least we make savings on that side. Then with regard to increasing our revenue, the internally generated revenue, what we will have to do is to ensure that as government, we participate, because I've told you that government is going to be participating, for example, in the agricultural sector, government is going to participate. We will have to participate more in running enterprises in a profitable manner. We will not run government business like it's done in the past, as if there's no profit motive. No, we will also run businesses, for example, agro-allied industry. We are going to be part of that mix. We are going to be part of working with our partners to ensure that we have agro-allied industries and all of that are running. So that is also a way of making an income. Yes, somebody said here on this platform that it was said that government should have no business in running business. Well, that is not always the case. Government can participate in running businesses. Government can run businesses, viable businesses, and make money. So I look back in our days growing up, Edo Line. I cry when I think of Edo Line. I know when my late uncle Vincent Igodan was running Edo Line, it was a profitable venture. It was a profitable venture. So look at GIG today. God is good. Look at these other companies. I see no reason. Akpaa Ibom State runs Ibom Air, one of the best airlines in the country. And I'm sure if we go and look, At least there's some revenue going back to the state. So I intend to ensure that Edo State takes advantage of our position, our very central position, and we participate in business ventures that can bring income to the state. Then maybe when we have given to the people dividends that they can see, tangible.
Okay.
Looking at levies and taxes that we can shore up so that the income profile of the state can rise. But for now, I am very hesitant to even talk about taxation, further taxation, because our people are living under a huge burden that I don't intend to add to that. Osita, those are my responses for now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let me move on to Madam Obi Ashuko. Please unmute yourself, man. Okay, you're unmuted already. You are fine. Please go ahead with the question. Tell us where you're joining us from. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, okay. Oh, thank you very much. I'm Obi Ashuko. I'm calling from North Carolina, US. And I'm happy to see you again or to talk with you, Olumide, Mr. Akpata. For me, I would say when you get there, not if, but mine is when you get there. Because I know you, I know what you can do. I only have one thing to ask you to promise us here. That's if Nigeria, if I have the right to ask him to promise us something.
Of course, go ahead, man.
Okay. What I want you to promise us, because I know you, tell us here. I'll promise us that first you will not withhold Obaseke. Because you know when you do that, you lose focus, and then you miss the ball. On the same strength, and I want you to also promise us here, because when you get in there, whatever you see there, I'm not saying you're going to probe or anything, but going to interrogate. Let's use that word, interrogate. And know because when you see the elephant contracts and all that, you tell us here too that you are going to make sure that whatever money that somebody took or somebody stole, whatever name they call it, that you're going to bring everything to book. Because you see what Alex Oti is doing. He didn't withhold anybody, but he saw it there. And it was so clear. You tell us that you have you are going to do something and you don't do anything.
Thank you, ma'am.
So it's there for you to see. So thank you very much. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Barrister, please take that quickly.
Thank you, Madam Obi. And through you, let me say hello to all our people in North Carolina. I have very fond memories of Charlotte, and I hope I will find time to come back there. You know, that's the capital of medical tourism that we want to bring to Edo State and replicate, where we have, if you know, Madam Obi will tell you the number of Nigerian doctors that are in Charlotte, and you just wish that we could do what is happening in Charlotte and do it in Nigeria. So I greet you. You use the word witch hunt. That is not in my book. It's not in my dictionary. I cannot witch hunt. Not being a witch myself, so I will not participate in any witch hunting. So, but your second question gladdens my heart, or the second prompt, and that is to say that we bring to book anyone who has committed any offense, no matter how highly placed. So, what I can commit to you, firstly, here is that there will be no sacred cows. There will
Not again. Let's be patient, Carl. Let's be patient. We're almost getting there. So let's have him back again so that we can take it from here. I can see somebody trying to join. If you join, I'm going to remove you. Please don't click on that link. Thank you. All right. We have Barrister.
I'm back.
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
I was saying to Obi, my dear sister, that what I can commit to you is that um, we will ensure that no penny or no kobo belonging to Edo State will get lost. The one when we get not even reach self, as Osita and I were discussing just now. So there's no way we can leave any dime on the table. If anybody, I just hope that there's nobody who has pilfered our resources, because we will go after anyone who has pilfered our resources. The one when we get in our reach. So definitely we will go after anybody, and there will be a process of disgorgement. Anybody who takes our money would have to bring it back. The problem with Nigeria is the lack of sanctions. People get away with bad behavior. Just leave them. No worry. Let the past be the past. No, anyone who pilfers our resources will be brought to book. The
Exactly.
law will be used to pursue them, and all we want is just return our money, because we need to use our money for the benefit of the people. So I hope I've been able to address that
Thank you.
particular question. Thank you, Obi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to bring put Madam Obi in the backstage right now. Give us a mandate, please. Give us a mandate. Tell us your name and where you are joining us from. Unmute yourself. You have 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Hopefully, you can hear me clearly.
Yes, you're good. Quiet, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Barrister Olumide Akpata. Thank you very much for honoring the call of Mr. Elvis and then the Edolites. Thank you very much for all that you've done and then you continue to do. I am your supporter. I am rooting for you because I know you can bring in change. My name is Olumide Osaigbovo. I'm calling from Texas. You can see it on my cap. I live in Texas by the grace of God. So my question is going to go to you. Are you able to tell us today, as an aspirant, that once you become the governor, because you are my excellency already, your loyalty and your commitment is going to be to the Edolites? Because I tell you, sir, for the past 16 years, a child born 16 years ago has never tasted anything called good governance in Edo State. Are you able to commit to the Edo people and tell them that your loyalty is going to be to them and not to any godfather or anybody behind the scene? Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Barrister, please take that, sir.
Tosin, I've turned on my video just to wave at you and say hi, and hi to you in Texas. I'm going to turn off my video now, just to let you know that as part of the campaigns, I intend to embark on a diaspora tour, and Houston is one of our destinations. So I hope to see you in Houston very soon. Thank you for your very kind words. Glad to know that you are a supporter. I can commit to you. If you see some of our campaign material that we released upon the commencement of campaigns a couple of days ago, we said it don't do. Edo people, hashtag Edo people must matter. It's not just sloganeering. These are not empty words. For us of the Labour Party, the people must come first. Our logo is not a coincidence. Papa, Mama, Pikin. And I joined that party because I am pro-people. Our people have been taken out of the equation. Our people do not matter anymore. Nobody cares about the people. And how do I know that? I only have to look at policy and the way policy is implemented or not implemented. The issues that concern the people are not treated with the priority that they require. Instead, government spends its time on highfalutin projects that have no immediate impact on the people. So I am very concerned. So I give you my word. I describe for you my professional career. Actually, I am supposed to be in harvest time because I have worked hard for 26 years running a law firm that is supposed to be paying me back now. If it was about personal comfort, I will sit back and earn a good income from my law firm and travel the world and come see you in Houston or in Dallas. But I have decided to pack my load, move to Benin, sit down at home and work for my people. Because I want, when the time comes and they ask us, Oluwatosin, Olumide, what did you do at a time like this when your nation, your country was at the brink, was at the precipice? I want to be able to say, I stood up to be counted. Anthony Enahoro was 30 when he moved the motion for independence for Nigeria. He was only 30. Alhaji Femi Okunu, when they were fighting for independence, they were in their 20s. I'm going to be 52 this year. Life is not only about how much money you have in the bank account. You don't go carry the money, go anywhere. So you have my personal commitment that this is what I want to dedicate the rest of my life doing to improve the lot of our people. But like I say, and it was Honorable Emovo who mentioned it, anybody can come and say anything. So I don't always like to harp on this because talk is cheap. So you are just going to have to watch this space and hold me to my word. If I don't do as I have said, we're here, we're still around. You call me out. Call me out as a liar. Call me out as a dishonest person and say I don't keep my word. Go and ask the lawyers of Nigeria. Ask them. Does Olumide keep his words? Osaigbovo, does he keep his words? They will tell you, I keep my word. As I talk and that's why they do them. There are still some good people out there. Some of us still have the values that we were raised with our parents. It is not anything goes. Some of us still believe in Nigeria. So Oluwatosin, that is who I am and that is what I am about.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your words, sir.
Thank you. I'll give us a mandate. God bless you. Okay, Prince Collins, please unmute yourself. You have 2 minutes. Tell us where you're joining us from. I'll pass your question on straight away. Then we have 2 more before I take 5 calls and we end the whole thing.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thank you so much. My name is Prince Collins Ige Ovoramen. I'm joining from Manchester. I welcome you, Mr. Barrister Olumide Akpata. I welcome you. I want to appreciate you. My question borders on agriculture. Food is a major issue in Edo State right now due to my recent visibility study and what I'm personally experiencing in my own domain and community. Knowing that as insecurity is a major issue militating against food production in Edo, the fact that pizza farming is a major occupation in the land. So I want you to explain to us in clear terms, and I will appreciate you if you use our pidgin English to speak to. I know you are good in it. I will appreciate if you do that, please. Use pidgin to speak to people because majority of people that are involved in agriculture or farming in Edo, pizza farmers, the majority of them does not have formal education. So let us hear from you because I've got people online that are really interested in this aspect. Let us hear from you how you go to change this level, bros. Because hunger dey Benin, I not like you. Hunger dey Benin because insecurity by insurgency, what do you call them? Fulani expert. They are doing their own in one side. So please, let's take this.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. Barrister, please take that with Pidgin. I bet use Pidgin to answer that one, sir.
My prince, first and foremost, I'm waving at you. Give me down. Oh, yo, who we are doing Manchester?
Don't sir. Yes, sir.
How about talk for
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So, I told you I'm a worry boy, and I was only trying to behave myself, make I not come show myself for here because I actually think in pidgin before I translate in my head to English. So if not pidgin matter, that one no, you are speaking to the converted. If not to speak pidgin, that is what I do. That is what I do. That is who I am. I speak in pidgin. English is an acquired taste. And so when we talk of the matter of farming and agriculture, you see, that one, first and foremost, you know, before anybody start to talk of agriculture, the first thing you go to hear an excuse why it cannot be done. Oh, the young people don't come out for village, or they're not they see them again. No, nobody there to work for farm. Hey, security, headers, headsmen, don't let people farm. Oh, I don't believe in excuses. You know, that one not concern me. Whatever you consider to be your treasure, waiting you value, you go protect them. Not be so. So first and foremost, maybe we look the issue of agriculture. I believe that government must, as a matter of deliberate policy, government must enter the matter. Agriculture is the easiest way to affect the people. Food, first, you feed yourself. When the only person where food is inside belle, can I do anything? Secondly, the farmers themselves, they go see money for pocket. Thirdly, jobs, employment go there. So any government when get sense, small sense, so not even too much, we don't say agriculture. Now the first thing when they go pursue, because of what you they call multiplier effect. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, government must be waiting that they call off-taker. Because all this, when they talk, every day we hear subsidy, but when you hear the word subsidy, all our mind go oil and gas. You know, for only oil sector, they subsidy. They subsidy for agriculture. Because you know which kind of value fit common for that sector, government go allocate money. There was a time in this country when government they supply free fertilizer. Not because they craze. Because they know say, if you supply fertilizer, only say, you know, like everything with Nigeria, they bastardize the scheme. The thing turned to racket. But the idea by itself was noble. Give fertilizer to the farmers so that they can work the field, so that the crops can be a huge yield year on year. So government would have to be an off-taker. What do I mean by off-taker? Make I break it down. Government ain't going to be customer number one. When the farmers farm finish, government go arrange themselves. You don't, all your yam done already, bring and come. We go buy. If when government wants to settle not, the government go set up silos, storage facility. You don't farm your rice finish, bring them. This one when they talk, not be new thing, huh? I don't know what them. Sadana, then they do them in the First Republic, produce board. The things when they talk now, not be new thing at all. So you act as an off-taker, you pay the farmer. As soon as you give him money, make it run back, go plant his seed again. So that the cycle does not stop. So that farming will continue. Then you as government, because you have more resources, you can set up silos. You can set up storage facility. Then you start to you do the on-selling. You go find customer. Now you be government. You go find PPP people. Why you they do them? Because you decrease. You they do them because it is in what Oyibo call your enlightened self-interest. Because you will achieve those three things when I talked before. Number one, your people will be fed. Number two, employment go there. Number three, the farmers that will get money for their pockets. So that is off-taker. The second one be say you have to go into alliances with companies in the sector to set up agro-allied industry, because not be only to just the farm the thing come. There is value-added processing that can be done to the produce. Not be so. You carry the matter, you turn pineapple to pineapple juice, turn mango to mango juice, turn tomatoes to tomato juice, there and then. Go on, my prince. Pineapples are perishing because nobody, first of all, road not there, which is another issue. Government must deal with the issue of road from farm to market. So pineapples are perishing in Orion because no road to carry pineapple from Abudu or wherever they are planted. They go market, go give the market women make the sell. It is a value chain. Government has to sit down. You know, because we have become so lazy, now oil and gas money we they wait for. We want collect FAC every month. So the rigor that is necessary, the hard work necessary to be put into these sectors is absent. If they tell you now, say oil and gas, they don't see one big oil for Igobas Duan. The way government will run go there, arrange the whole matter, because they know say once you collect the oil, now dollars every day, sharp, sharp. However, when you talk of agriculture, when they will think how long it will take for them to plant yam for yam to show, because as I say, instant gratification, everybody wants to see profit tomorrow. No long-term thinking. No, what do they call them? No sense of delayed gratification. So for me, we will go in there, number one, off taker. Number two, you know that in Kenya, some of you are familiar. Some of the flowers when you see from Manchester, they come from Kenya.
Okay. Thank you very much, Barrister. Can you hear me, sir? Barrister, are you there? Oh, okay. For now, I believe the network is affected again. Guys, if you are listening to us, we have 1,395 watching us across. Please, wherever you're watching us from, hit on that like button. Help us to share. Let our voices go far. This is the time for us to make a decision, to have the right person that is going to rule us for the next 4 or probably the next 8 years in those states. So, guys, help us to take our voices far by doing your part. Press on the like button. I appreciate everyone of you so far, and I appreciate everyone of you that have passed your questions. Those of you on the comment section, thank you very much for your understanding, for respecting the rules of the platform. As you all know, that insult, disrespectfulness is totally prohibited on this platform, and I can see a lot of people are following that. May God bless you all. Yes, you can ask. We don't tell people how to pass their questions on our platform. We only tell you that we don't take insult or disrespect my panelists or my guests on this platform. That's all. So the next person that's supposed to be passing questions right now. Okay, we have Barrister back again. Okay, let him quickly round up with this. Barrister, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. I will just round up quickly for my prince, Prince of Orame. Just to say that I think he gets the point. I hope he gets the point. We will pay premium attention, give priority to the agricultural sector. We will make sure, say, the people, most of them are at the bottom of the ladder. We'll make sure, say, they receive premium attention from government, because as a government, we will understand that the spiral effect that will have, the ripple effect that will have, will inure to our benefit. That's at the point where they make that we will ensure that we have our agricultural research institutes. Government must fund them, because we must use technology to also aid agriculture. Now only for Nigeria, see the year orange season. Say Akpaa don't come out, OTN season. This is not corn season. In other countries that are interested and serious about agriculture, nothing like season. It's year-round production. They're not the talk orange season for Florida now. You enter Florida, orange juice must day. So we must use technology to ensure that farmers are able to produce year-round. We must use technology to ensure that we improve irrigation methods so that we are able to deal with the hydration of our plants. We must use technology to ensure that we are able to get a better yield. GM and all of those things that are available around the world, if we are interested. It's only when we hear oil and gas, then we run, because we want easy money. These same values that we are transferring to our children. Nobody wants to work, put in the work, and then wait for the results. Everybody wants instant gratification. That is not me. That's not what I'm about, my prince. So agriculture will receive premium attention. I hope I've answered your questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Barrister. Thank you. We have 2 more on the panel. Then I'm going to take just 5 calls. Then we are done for the day. Okay, let me quickly move on to the next person, which is F. Emmanuel before my look. Oga F. Emmanuel, unmute yourself. Tell us where you join us from and go straight to the point with the question, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis, for the opportunity to speak. Yeah, Honorable Akpata, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being
good
here.
Good afternoon, F. Emmanuel.
Yeah, a quick question I want to ask you. I could say that you have education, agriculture, healthcare, and infrastructure as your plan. I didn't see one major thing for the Edo people. What about the SMEs?
Is that your question?
Yes.
Emmanuel, I dey hear you. I dey hear you
What
from
about
this
the
side
small
first. Just
businesses,
greet me first.
small medium businesses that boost the economy of any country?
F. Emmanuel, barrister saying they greet you.
I dey hear.
F. Emmanuel, look me now. I dey hear you now.
I dey hear too.
Okay, so
Correct.
what's your question? Barrister, did you
I
get
got the question. He
Okay,
wants to know what the plans are for SMS. Yeah, he
Yes.
wants to know what my plans are for small and medium scale enterprises.
Yes. Barrister, are you there?
F. Emmanuel, I think I got you right.
Yes.
Did they get my question very well?
Yes, he got it.
What plans do I have for small and medium scale enterprises?
Absolutely.
Thank you, F. Emmanuel. You know, say now Elvis now asked me questions. Say make I name 5. So Elvis and I did not plan this session. So the questions are unplanned. So when he said 5, the first 5 that came to the top of my head were the ones I listed. Now, for any economy to survive, small and medium scale businesses are the engine room. They are the engine room of any economy. That is where the people are. And remember, I said to you that I am about the people. My party is about the people. It is policies that are people impacting, people centric that we will pursue. Most of your people are at that level. Market shared owner is a small and medium scale business. The guy when they blow from Benin to Warri with his station wagon, now small and medium scale business. These are our mom and pop shops. The mechanic. So any government, you must ensure. A couple of days ago, I sat down with market women in Benin, the market leaders in Benin, because you must go to that level and ensure that they are doing well in terms of access to finance, in terms of attracting credit for their businesses. Because once you deal with that, you have dealt with the majority of your population, because that is where the population is. The rest are just the top 5 percentile. So if I did not mention it, that was a grave omission, F. Emmanuel, because for me, that is critical. We must incentivize these businesses. So number 1, I talked about power. Most of these businesses, all they need is power. Thank God, Constitution has been amended. So all we now need to do is to look for the resources to invest in power. Because the guy who runs his barbering salon, the lady who runs her hair salon, the one when they sell Coke and Fanta for corner, all they need is power. Our people are not lazy. Our people are not laid back. Power will serve as a catalyst, first and foremost, to help most of this. The one when they grind pepper, power is critical. 2 is access to finance. Most of them are not structured enough. Most of them belong to the informal sector of the economy. So government must stand in the gap, stand as a guarantor. I give credit and kudos to Lapo Microfinance Bank, that I know a Benin man who has been standing in the gap to provide finance for most of these small and medium scale enterprises. But government has to do more to attract organizations like that. And government must stand in the gap as a guarantor of sorts, so that government gives the assurance. Get your database, get all these market women who need finance, get all these mom and pop shops. Our people are, in the main, honest people. They will pay back. They just don't have the collateral that most of our big financial institutions require. So government must help to ensure that they are able to access finance.
Thank you.
And then we have to also make sure that infrastructure is right. We have to build more markets. We have to build markets that are properly equipped so as to facilitate the businesses. Government must step into that space, build markets, build build industrial parks or business parks where these businesses can all collocate and run and get and attract customers and all of that. So, F. Emmanuel, you can be sure that this is top on my agenda, and we're very interested because at the end of the day, you kill so many birds with one stone when you focus on small and medium scale enterprises. Anything we can do to promote them, we will do, and to facilitate their businesses. I hope I've been able to deal with that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The last person to go on the panel before we take 5 calls is Madam Luke. Madam Luke, it's good to have you on the show. Please tell us where you join us from and pass your questions in 2 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Nature Watch family. Thank you, Honorable Olumide Akpata. My name is Ese, and I'm calling from Woodstock, Georgia, the USA. I thank you very much. You are a breath of fresh air. And you have spoken well. And you made a statement about not wanting delayed gratification, which I can understand. But I need to make you understand that delayed gratification can only come when you have promises and hopes that are fulfilled. The people are coming from a place of yearning and a place of immediate results because they have been failed many times. And actually, we have reached a state of hopelessness. So delayed gratification can only come when you have seen from your past history that you have been fulfilled, on which we have not. So don't blame us if we are looking for immediate gratification, because we have not got immediate results in the past. So we are yearning, and we thank you for representing a Labour Party. I appreciate the fact that you did the fitness walk. I really enjoyed it. Watching you commiserate with the people on foot instead of going on a high horse, although the campaign hasn't started yet, and going on a float and standing above the people. You were actually there with the people. You said 2 years, give you 2 years. You can take as long as you want, because I said I don't believe in promises. As long as you hit the ground running, it would give us an indication of where you're going. And finally, my prayer is for you to take the people with you and to make sure you do for yourself, do for the people what you would like to do for yourself by taking Edo State as one. The only question I have for you is, knowing how bad the electoral system is in Nigeria, how are we going to bypass the INEC and the rigging in that state? Because we know the power of the incumbency. How are the Edo people going to rally against this menace where the people don't get their mandate? Thank you.
Thank you. Barrister, take that, sir, quickly. Are you there? Barrister Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata, are you there with us, sir? Okay, I guess network issue again or whatever that is happening, but don't worry, it's going to be back again, because that question from Madam Luke, I really want him to answer that. Callers, I can see a lot of you calling in already, but guess what?
I'm back.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Please, I guess you got all the questions. Just one, anyway.
Firstly, let me wave and say hello to my sister in Georgia, and through you, say hello to all of our people. I also intend to come to Atlanta as part of my tour, so you will get the information very soon. In June or July, we'll come to ATL. So thank you very much. I think I got the first part of the question, which was about why the people are yearning for instant gratification, and I totally get it. And I was only just trying to manage expectations to say, life is not just it's not about life doesn't always work that way. But I understand why people have become so conditioned, because too many failed promises. People have our leaders have messed up big time. I'm not so sure I got the second part of the question, but I heard you say power of incumbency. How do we intend to? I think you're asking how Labour Party intends to upstage an incumbent PDP government, when we know our history in Nigeria of what incumbents do and can do in the electoral process. Just nod your head if that is, because I know you're muted, if that is essentially, well, okay, You okay? Great. I can see. I get it, right? I got the question. Excellent. So Elvis, in answering the question, number one, we can deal with instant gratification because things are so bad right now that there are many low-hanging fruits, anyways. That if we sort out immediately, I believe that anybody who takes over from the incumbent government in Edo State, you can be a superstar overnight. Now that's my view. You can be a superstar overnight because of so many things that have been left undone. So there are many low-hanging fruits that you can sort out, and there will be at least there will be what they call hope rising. People can start to believe again when they see that, okay, you have been faithful with little things, as the Bible says. Then they may now give you benefit of the doubt while you wait for those other long lead items that may not manifest immediately. So I give you an example. When we talk about primary healthcare centers, I don't see why a government cannot, in 2-3 months, roll out these primary healthcare centers in 192 wards, because you are going to use you can even use prefab technology, roll out 192 identical structures around the state, buy your equipment from accredited medical equipment suppliers, get them to supply. They supply to the 192 locations. Do your headhunting quickly for your staff, your doctors and nurses. Do a quick orientation and training, and presto, they are sitting down there and they are ready to take their first patient. So for me, primary healthcare, I look at it and I don't see any reason why in 3 months, 4 months max, there's no reason why you can't do that. You understand what I mean? And there are partners who are out there ready to even help you. Ours will not be the kind of government that says to partners, oh, bring the money to us. Any partner who is ready to intervene directly, spend your money, go ahead. We'll just give you standards by which you have to abide. You know what I mean? We give you standards in terms of specifications, what the minimum standard we expect for every primary healthcare center, and you do it. So for me, there are some low-hanging fruits. I think you want to ask another question?
No, the other question.
I just want to clarify my last question. Are you concerned about INEC?
Okay. So when we are now dealing with incumbents and all of that and what they can do, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried, but I am aware. There are two different things. I am not worried. I am not concerned, but I'm fully aware. You see, some of us have been on the street for a while. So I'm no spring chicken. I'm no pushover. Right? So my father's elder brother was the first chairman of INEC as we know it. I'm very familiar with the workings of that organization. And I recognize that we must engage with INEC immediately, so that the mistakes of the past will not and cannot happen. And we have to be up and doing. We have to hold their feet to the fire. The incumbent is just a myth. It's just a myth. The only thing that we as a party need to do is to ensure that we are not wearing rose-colored glasses, and that we must do what they call reality check. We must, the last time we had elections, we did not have enough polling unit agents. That was a grave error, grave mistake. I'm referring to Labour Party.
Okay, thank you. Barrister, can you hear me, sir? I want to take some calls right now.
I recognize that at that time, Labour Party was new. Labour Party was finding its feet. So, but this time around, hindsight is 2020. My people in Benin say, that is the stone you see from afar, not to blind your eye. So you can be sure, that we will deal with the issues of INEC. During the primaries, the Labour Party primaries, when my party had not advertised ward locations where the primaries will be held, the ward congress, I wrote to INEC immediately. You must engage. INEC made sure that it was done. You must engage. I'm a lawyer. That's what I've done for 30 years. I know my rights. I know how to ensure that my rights are not trampled upon. So I want to give you the confidence. I want to give you the assurance that as far as INEC is concerned, and it's not just INEC, my dear, security is an issue. Security on election day, security on the days leading to the election.
Exactly.
Judiciary, as you know, unlike in any other country I know in the world, Nigerian judiciary has become an active participant in the political process. Very unfortunate, very sad, but that is our reality. So we must be ready for any eventuality. Thankfully, that is my territory. Thankfully, that is my stomping ground. I have been president of the Barr. I have been a member of the National Judicial Council. I don't think any of the players know the judiciary better than I do. I will make sure that the judiciary functions optimally and nobody will pull the rug from under our feet. So I want to give you that assurance that I may not be concerned, but I'm extremely aware, acutely aware of the needs in this regard. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Barrister. I like that. I'm aware, but I'm not concerned. Ah, God. That is beautiful. Let me take some calls, sir. Now I'm done with the panel. Madam, Law of God is my strength, please.
Oluwatosin has his hand up.
No, not yet. He can't speak for now, sir. Please, Law of God is my strength. Thanks for calling in, man. You have 1 minute. Go straight to the point.
My name is I'm from Delta State. I live in the UK, United Kingdom. I stay in London. I just want to say thank you, first and foremost, for coming on this platform. One, I'm not here to ask questions, but I just want to say this. Please, do not collapse your party for PDP. Do not collapse Labour Party for PDP on no condition. Stand your ground and go for it. Number two, Madam Luke has already said this. Guide yourself. Be ready for this election. We don't want any complaint. We don't want to hear anything. And number three, before I go, I want you to recognize Mr. Niger Wash. He has done a lot for those states, and I don't want you people to overlook him. He deserves to be recognized in those states. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Luke. Thank you very much. Please, Barrister, hold on so that you can take both of them together. Let me take another call quickly here. We have more people calling in. You guys want to bust my phone right now. Hold on. I'm only taking just 5. Thank you very much, Ginger Breadman. I guess you can hear me. Oh, I think I lost you. Okay, Ogashimize, thank you very much for calling in, sir. Please, hold on. We can't hear you. They are not allowing me to. Okay, go ahead, sir. You have 1 minute. Hello? What's your question? Good evening to you.
Okay. Good afternoon,
Elvis, I'm so.
Okay, hold on, Ogashimize. Okay.
I'm asking if I'm going to update you on your campaign.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's it now. Let Barrister, please, can you take those 2 callers together? Barrister, are you with us? You are muted. If you can hear
Just
me, please
saying that
unmute
this
yourself,
segment
sir.
is.
Okay.
I was just saying that I absolutely could not hear anything the phone callers have said, have talked about. I only heard the name of the first caller, I think Abiola from Delta State. And after that, I heard nothing. And the second caller, I have heard nothing. So you may want to listen to the questions and then maybe pass it on to me because I really can't hear them.
Okay. All right. The first person that called in was saying that, you shouldn't succumb to the temptation or whatever that's going to happen during the time of the election by the other parties like PDP or APC. And like you said, you are aware of whatever that might happen. So she was just passing advice, but she rounded up by saying that whatever that you guys are doing, or rather if you become the governor of Edo State, you shouldn't forget this platform, Niger Watch, because of the work that we've done for the past a decade. You know, so that's what she was saying. Why the second question was from Mr. Shimize saying that what are you going to do about Barrister Julius Abure's allegations and all that? So I want you to take all of them, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so with regard to the very useful advice from the first caller, well, as I've already mentioned, I'm acutely aware of the realities of electioneering in Nigeria. Not be today I start to shine my eye. My eyes are peeled, as it were. My eyes are peeled. I come to this process. I come to this process with no what's the word now? No illusions. I am under no illusions that everybody will be well behaved. So we make sure that we anywhere they pass, we block them. So they say 2024 will not go agree for anybody, but me, I not from time I not they ever agree before, so nothing new about that one. So I take the advice on board. I will definitely be on my guard and to ensure that no tries to undermine the process and in the same vein undermine us. Second question about Julius Abure. I'm a member of the Labour Party. He's our national chairman as of today. So I really don't know what the question means in terms of what am I going to do. There are allegations against him. I'm a lawyer. He who alleges must prove. He also, as our national chairman, he is a lawyer. He knows that he must also answer to every allegation that is legitimately or properly brought before him or to his attention. So the only advice I give to the leaders of our party is that our reputation is in tatters, and that we must ensure that we help to we stop this public show of shame where we are in the news for all the wrong reasons at every turn. So I will advise those who are at the helm of affairs to ensure that at every opportunity where such allegations are made, that they are answered immediately. At every opportunity, we clear the air and we dispel any notion of impropriety. Otherwise, people are going to walk away from the party very quickly. And that will be sad, because the Labour Party derives its essence and its viability from the people. And once the people walk away, we will be like Saul, the king who had lost his glory and he did not know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Barrister. Let me take another two calls again at the same time. We have Madam Origin on the phone. Good evening to you, man. You have 1 minute. What's your question?
Hello, everyone. Hello. I rather call you up for Olumide Akpata. My name is Joy. I am Madam Origin. I am the self-appointed cheerleader for the Niger Watch TV, a great and dynamic force in the hem of affairs of Nigeria. Thank you so much for taking the mantle to prove once again, by the grace of God, that there are still people of character, competence that is ready to move Edo people to
What's your question?
Because you are LP. My question is on security. Is open grazing is a no-no. Ranching leave bad taste in the mouths of the people. Now, there is fear of insecurity by, you know what I'm talking about. Now, there is one uncle there that said he's going to build a ranch, which causes, stomach ache. My question is, how will you combat this menace? It's already obvious there is insecurity in the farmers and from the village.
Thank you.
I know how much the villagers are scared. How can you help,
Thank you, ma'am.
anxiety and curb this insecurity issue in Edo State?
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I think you should just take this before I bring another call in. Barrister, if you're, I don't know if you managed, oh, we lost you there. Okay. Barrister, you are back again, but your device is not connected, so I can't add you in for now. So I'll wait for you to sort that out, then I'll take another call once you've sorted this out. Okay, your device is connected now. Okay, Barrister, I'm not sure you
Can you
heard
hear
that.
me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Elvis. I did not hear the question, so maybe you can help me. I heard something
Okay.
to do with
Yes.
security.
Yes, she was talking about the open grazing in Edo State, as the current government of the state are trying to give lands to open grazing and all that. So she's saying that how are you going to stop things like this in Edo State? Should become the next governor.
To the extent that the state is allowed to legislate on the issue, I agree. There's something quite wrong, not quite right about open grazing. You know what I mean? And I'm not so sure I agree with that. You know, this that style of cattle rearing or cattle tending. So, and then of course with the security implications, I totally disagree. I believe that we can have closed ranches, and for me, if the Edo State government has not done that already, we would enact the necessary laws to outlaw that kind of even from a safety point of view. When I travel around and I just see herds of cows roaming around the place, it's ridiculous. I frankly disagree with that style of animal husbandry. We should have closed spaces where these animals are tended, and then of course the security implication has become a front burner issue. So we'll use law to the extent that law can be used, and then we would also make sure that the law will be enforced. You know, we will keep cattle where cattle should be.
Thank you. Thank you,
I'm
sir.
sure you have checked out. If you go to Ghana, very quickly the Ghanaians dealt with the issue. There are cattle rearers in Ghana also, and they were told exactly what to do, and they have complied. So there must be political will. To the extent that the state can do it, the state will do it. To the extent that it requires federal intervention, you can be sure that we will be at the forefront of agitation in this regard.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I have another caller. Mr. Chris, thank you, sir, for calling in. Where are you calling from? You have only 1 minute. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Good evening. All protocols duly observed. My name is Chris, and I'm calling from Dublin. And good evening, Barrister. It's a very big pleasure for me that you came here today, because you have come to give us the bragging right to continue to campaign for you. Because most of the questions you've answered here, we that have been campaigning for you, we've answered them before. But the question has always been, where is your candidate? Today, my candidate is here, and he has re-echoed the things we've been using to campaign for you before, namely your sojourn as the president of the Nigeria Bar Association, and your economic prowess, the over 1.2 billion you left at the coffers of the NBA. The question is that it's very simple, sir. What are you going to do differently from what Obaseki is doing? And secondly, sir, if you protect the votes from INEC, what about the actual disenfranchising of people through violent means? How are you going to curb that? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Barrister, did you manage to hear that?
Unfortunately, when he eventually got to the question, technology failed. So
okay, he's asking you that what are you going to do differently from what Obaseki is doing?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh.
What would I do differently?
Yes, from what Obaseki is doing.
Did you say what will I do differently?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so first and foremost, please extend my greetings to him and through him to our people in Dublin. And I thank him for the question. What would I do differently? I think Obaseki as a governor is very lacking in empathy and compassion. That's my starting point. And you cannot be leader of a people if you don't have empathy and you don't have compassion. So what I would do differently, first, the people must matter. I care as an individual, Elvis, as a person. I am very interested in what is happening to the individual. So I'm going to reorganize my priorities to ensure that the stuff that I do in terms of policy, in terms of programs, and the things that will impact on the most number of people that would affect their lives. So I will not be building a museum in the heart of Benin. That will not be my priority. I believe in culture. I love culture. I'm a Benin man. But in terms of priority, I will not be building a museum. In the scheme of things, that is not what is important to the people at the moment. No state is suffering. Have you seen the state of our schools? For a state that says that shouts about Edo best, schools look like. I was trained in Nigeria, like I said. I went to school in this country. So I know what education means. I had to myself go and renovate a school, a block in a school in Ewato, near Ubiaja. That school that went viral with children lying down on their tummies, taking notes. What kind of government? How can you sleep well at night if your children are lying down on the floor taking notes and you are building a freaking museum? And when you even look at the museum is even the cause of so much contention between government house and the Oba's palace. In the scheme of things, is it necessary? Do you need that? What would I do different? The people will matter. It is the stuff that the people want, not what you think they want. And you see, it comes from being in a position where you know the people. And that is our quarrel with this government. They don't know what the people want. And the truth of the matter, I don't think they're interested. I am interested. So the starting point, I will find out what the people want. So if you are talking about, look at infrastructure, roads. The people want roads. In Benin, as soon as it comes rainy season is upon us. Everybody, their hearts they have their hearts in their mouths.
Okay.
Because they know that very soon, Benin, we saw a video that went viral the other day, just Boundary Road, the tail end of Boundary Road before it spills onto Adesua, Damascus Road. Every year, that place is flooded. Every year.
Okay.
Give me a break. What does it take to go on? This is Boundary Road in the heart of GRA. So you can imagine what Aduawa is looking like.
All right.
All right. The network is very, very sad that this is happening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
I don't know. I think I've been attacked as well.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I think he himself
See,
is gone. The thing, can take over, sir. He's gone.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
take over,
it's
sir.
like the network keeps fluctuating. But so far, like I can see, so far I think he has attended to every question. After all, the
Yes.
essence of why we gather here is that
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Mr. Elvis, I don't know.
Please, everybody, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Niger Watch.
Hello. I'm talking. Can't you hear me, sir?
Barrister Akpata, if you can hear me, let me just put this.
Augustine, can you hear me?
You've touched it probably in a roundabout manner.
Can anybody hear me?
Now, what I want you to
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, wait.
I can hear you.
Okay, please hold on. But Barrister Olumide Akpata, although you've touched the topic probably in a roundabout manner, but I want you, hand on heart, commit to the people of Edo State here and now that if elected the governor of the state, under your watch, the menace of Fulani headsmen will never happen in Edo State, let alone lose their life. Are you able to make that commitment? Can you make that commitment?
Okay.
without
you.
without any hesitation. Without any hesitation. So please, I hope you don't group me amongst those people who are afraid to speak truth to power. Or I hope you don't group me amongst those people who feel that some Nigerians are better than some other Nigerians. Whether you call them Fulani headsmen or you call them, well, what should I call them? Igbobazoa headsmen. Headsmen, if any headsman is committing a crime, he'll be taken out. So I have no patience for bad behavior. I have no patience for it. There are no sacred cows. Forgive the pun, even though we're talking about headsmen. There are no sacred cows. I am not a fear face. Nobody is better than me. We are from Edo State. Nobody from Katsina is better than me. Nobody from Niger is better than me. I believe in one Nigeria. I went to a unity school. I have brothers and sisters in every state of Nigeria. But I would not subjugate my people to any group. So hand to heart, as you have asked, absolutely. Nobody will be allowed to run riots in our state. No, we'll take them out as within the confines of what the law allows us to do. So if it's about political will, you can be sure. I'm not a fair face.
Thank you, Barrister. Thank you very much. I'm done with calls for today. Unfortunately, I know I cannot always be able to please everybody. But the last person on the panel, Mr. Oduwa, because he couldn't speak the other day. Mr. Oduwa, you have just 2 minutes. Pass your questions so that me and Ogasi and my co-moderator can round up the show with Barrister. Mr. Oduwa,
thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Good evening, Honorable Mr. Akpata or Advocate, however. I want to ask, as those states concerned, because I used to know that Okpila Smith factory was Bende factory, and we have Bende Brewery at Ikbobahi, which is no longer functioning. So this were the factory that government were operating on. Now, Okpila today is now given to the Hausa man. I want to ask, how are you going to revive or reclaim that factory and give it to Edo State people? Because we, the Edo, we need money. So we can involve our money there and it will still employ our Edo people as a worker. Then I don't really mean that the Bender Beauty must be producing drink. So how and what will you initiate to be another company that Edo people will engage on in that place? Thank you.
Thank you. Barrister, please take that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I think I was speaking with Osita. I think it was Osita I was responding to how to increase government revenue. And I mentioned that government will participate in businesses that can bring profit. So to the best of my knowledge, Okpila has been either outsourced or concessioned. I'm not so sure of the business arrangement that we have. I don't want you to say give it to that Hausa man. I frankly don't care who he was given to, whether it's a Hausa man or whether it's from Switzerland. All I want is if government has concessioned or partially privatized our businesses, we must make sure that whatever profit we are supposed to be earning, if we are partners in that business, we get the money and it adds to our income as a state. So if it is a Hausa man, if it is a Yoruba man, if it is an Edo man who can partner with government in any business, I'm happy for private sector to partner with us on in any of our enterprises. Again, not being a member of the parent government, I cannot tell you what the business arrangement is, whether it has been commercialized, that industry, whether it has been privatized. I don't know. Maybe we will need to use the Freedom of Information Act and get government to give us exactly what the state of affairs is today with regard to Okpila. But my approach to that business and the other businesses that Bender State and Edo State inherited from Bender State is to ensure that they are viable entities, to ensure that they are they're commercially viable, they are running optimally, and government is able to earn an income from these businesses. We will not treat government business as if it belongs to nobody, so we don't care about business, about what government is doing. We have to care because that money will help us to meet one need or the other. So Bender Breweries, for example, as far as I know, Bender Breweries is virtually dead, as far as I know. So to the extent, the last time I heard some foreign company were trying to buy the plant, so the brewery, I don't know what the state of affairs is right now. A lot of government business is hidden in mystery and intrigue. So one is not always able to get the information that one requires. But what will be my general approach to government businesses? We will make sure that they are run viably. So we will look at Bender Breweries, for example. Are we able to run a brewery? We will do an analysis today. Would we be able to make any income, viable income? Can we compete with the popular brands that exist today in the brewery, in the beer world? If not, can we partner with Nigeria breweries? Can we partner with Diageo, who own Guinness? Can we partner with the big names, Sab Miller, and say, okay, please come and take this our Bender Brewery location, bring your brand, and can start selling here. There will be employment for our people. There will be a business. People will become distributors. I grew up knowing Bender Breweries. Our brand was a brand that was known. It was a household brand, but today it has been killed. We can revive that. And then there are other businesses like that Bender State was involved in, Edo State was involved in, that we will revive, and we will run as viable commercial entities.
Thank you. Thank you, Barrister. We have Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, please, where you joining us from? And you have only 1 minute. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I am from Amagba, but I'm joining you from Holland just now. Barrister, number one, because the rumor spreading around, are you in any way connected with Obaseki politically or biologically? Two, what's your perspective with the Oba Palace and the royal family to the Benin Kingdom? What's your idea?
Thank you.
Three, will you go after past administration in terms of looted funds? Then lastly,
you have answered that already.
Will you stop the pensions of past governors and deputy governors? Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Barrister, please, that is the last call we have for you today. Please take that. Barrister, are you with us?
Are you sure he had the question? Maybe you may wish to relate.
Okay. Barrister, can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Question number one from the gentleman was with regard to whether or not I'm related to Governor Obaseki.
Yes. Why the second one?
Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
Yes.
Did you get the second one, or should I say that again?
Even yourself, I'm not going to hear you again. The second one was what?
The second one was about the BTC, the Benin Traditional Council. What is your stand about the Benin Traditional Council? While the third one is, will you stop your predecessors' pensions, including yourself? Oh, we lost him. Okay, let's have him back so that we can pass those questions again. Callers, please, I can't take any calls anymore. Understand with us. As he never talking about himself now, say he want to come out. It's better we use our own brain. He's been here now for almost 3 hours. I think that is enough. Okay, he's back again now. Okay, Barrister, can you hear me, sir?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Did you get the second question that are related?
I got number 1 and 2. I think you got number 3 wrong. I think number 3 question had to do firstly with would I investigate any previous administration before he now came to number 4, which had to do with pension.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay, take it then. Thank you.
So I will take number 1. Number 1 question. I am not biologically related to Governor Godwin Orias Obaseki, but I am a very close, we're close family friends. The Obasekis and Akpatas have been friends for many, many years. And I live, and at least up until now, when I decided to run for governor, I have lived and worked in Lagos. for over 26 years. And Governor Obaseki lived and worked in Lagos for the same period. I have been a corporate lawyer. He has been a stockbroker and capital market advisor. So you can imagine, or you will understand, that our paths have crossed many times.
Oh, not again. This is the last point. And wow. Okay. Thank God that is the last question. For those of you that I couldn't pick your course, please understand with us. We got more than 2,000 missed calls. I don't know where this is coming from. I'm surprised. Everybody's calling at the same time. Okay. Barrister is back again. Go ahead, sir, if you can hear me.
I am back. I am back again.
Yes, sir.
So I was saying that there's a close family friendship. There's a close professional relationship. I will not deny the governor, and I don't think he will deny me either. However, what I totally disagree with, and I totally reject, is any notion that I'm on this present pursuit. I was sent by Obaseki, as some people have said, and that for me I reject. And I have never shied away from telling anybody that nothing can be further from the truth. As I said, cap the big pass some kind head. So get some kind of message when they know the fee send person. What exactly would Godwin Obaseki ask me to do on his behalf? Is it what he has been unable to do? I think I totally disagree with his style of government and governance. I think that PDP under his watch and this state, they failed at governance in Edo State. I totally reject what they have done. They have reduced our people, the quality of life of our people. So whether I am his friend, whether I know him, it really has nothing to do with what we are dealing with at the moment. I think I can do it better than he has done. I think I can run Edo State much better than he has done. And so that's why I have stepped out of my comfort zone, so that he doesn't give my generation a bad name. Because I don't want him to be the example of, oh, a governor who came from private sector, this is what they did. He did not perform. So that we can make sure that that is not the narrative out there. Let me come from private sector and come and prove that things can be done much better. So I was not sent by him. I reject it, but I will not say he's not my friend. I'm just going to demonstrate to Edo State people that all of us are not cut of the same cloth. He has his own priorities. I think he has not done well. I will do so much better. That is with regard to Governor Obaseki. The next question had to do with Benin Traditional Council. Let's cut to the chase. Your question is about His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedoku Akpolokpolo Eware II Ogidigan. I am a Benin man. I am loyal to the palace. with the Beninese, we have a connection to our palace. The Benin traditional stool.
Come, make una let her talk. See now, network wala. We are discussing the most important part of this interview now. Network wala go come from nowhere. Anyway, guys, be patient with us. We're going to have him back again. Barrister Olumide Akpata have done excellently well, today by taking all questions, by being patient with us here. So, yeah. Okay, he's back again. Okay, thank you, sir. It's good to have you back. Please, just go ahead. You were talking about the BTC.
I was saying that the institution of the Benin monarchy, we the Beninese, we simply comply. I am a loyal subject of the Omonoba Nedoku Akpolokpolo Eware II. And on a personal level, I'm closely related to him. I'm his lawyer. I have worked closely with the palace since he became our royal father. When we launched the Benin Red Book, some of you may have seen the book where we tried to capture the history of the Benin royal house. I was the secretary of the committee for that launch. So it goes without saying, I will not be party to anything that denigrates the royal stool of Benin. Impossible. It can't happen. I just don't have that in my DNA. Impossible. So we'll continue to ensure that the palace is uplifted, the palace is respected, and I have every faith that I have every confidence that in the event that I become governor of Edo State, there will be a smooth, harmonious, and very, very effective working relationship between the Palace of the Oba of Benin and the government house in Osadebe Avenue. So that goes without saying. It's not even something that I can even contemplate. I go over see me. I spoke about those are Benin parables that we grew up on. It's just not done. So Oba talk by it.
Yes, sir.
Third question was about would I investigate any past administration where there is evidence of the commission of a crime, and as long as there is no statute of limitation that bars one from looking into that crime, of course the person will be investigated. Of course the person will be pursued, particularly if it has to do with the patrimony of the Edo people, if it has to do with our commonwealth. We're going to go after those persons. Our money not the law, so we must find them. So you can be sure nobody's going to cover up for anybody. You understand? I will ensure that anybody, as long as there's a commission of a crime, I'm not going to cover up for anybody. So I'm sending out a note of warning to all those who are in government house today or who have been in government house before. If I become the governor of Edo State and we find out that money was misappropriated or anybody breached their oath of office, definitely we'll come after them. Because for me, it's part of the whole process of nation building. Our people must have the confidence that there is a process whereby, process of accountability. There's a process where sanctions, where bad behavior is punished, not rewarded. Otherwise, we are killing our value system is being eroded. That is why our children today don't believe that anything goes. Where you make your money from is okay, as long as you don't harm, because nobody gets punished for bad behavior. So people now even go to schools today. Parents go to school to go and pay teachers for grades for their children. Nobody cares anymore. So of course we will definitely deal with anybody who has pilfered our funds or committed crimes in office. And but what you will not find is that it's not going to be a witch hunt. We're trying to walk from answer to question. No, the process will be allowed to play out. I'm a lawyer.
All right. I think the network again. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all, but let's have him back again quickly. I'll take this off and
hopefully for the last time I'm back. So I'm a lawyer. I know how that process plays out. And we will make sure that the law is not only, justice is not only done, it will be seen to be done. So last question, pensions. So we had this debate back and forth about pensions. I have no problem with pensions being paid to anybody. Now, where my problem is, number one, is with double dipping. So I have a problem with what they call double dipping. So today, you can have one individual who was a federal civil servant. He will still collect his pension as federal civil servant. Then he now went on to become governor. He will collect pension as governor. He might end up in the Senate. He will now collect pension as senator. Elvis, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
So it cannot be the case that one man, one Nigerian, will collect pension from 3 places. Impossible. Side. Which pension?
I think we've really gone.
We are rounding up now, so that's
can you hear me, Elvis?
Yeah, I can hear you now, sir. You are back.
Okay, I'm going to round up very quickly. I hear somebody complaining. So, so for me, I will look at the system of pension and say, number one, if we want our former governors to receive a pension and deputy governor, yeah, let's look at it, make sure that it's reasonable, because it's a matter of law. So I am a lawyer. I can't get up and just say I will disobey the law. I believe that these things have been codified, but I will seek an amendment to the law. Any individual who is already collecting pension from one place, I don't think it will. It just doesn't. I think it breaches all rules of justice or fairness for the individual to collect pension from more than one place. So that is my own attitude. So if you are getting pension,
Okay. Again, I just wish you can just round up now on that question quickly. Let me remove this and bring him back again.
so if you have a governor, if you have a former governor, if he has no other source of pension, not why won't we give him why can he not collect a pension? I don't have a problem with that. A laborer is worthy of his wages. If what does the pension say? Okay, give him a house, so make sure he has a house, so give him 1 car per year or 2 cars per year. I mean, I have no problem with that. I just don't like the idea of double dipping and then turning it into a business. So one man will now have 4 pensions. No, and it's not egalitarian. It's not right. That's my only concern about pension.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Barrister. That is all the questions for today. I personally, I would like to, before we'll allow you to go, I would like to quickly ask you, before that, let me thank you for your time with us. You spent about almost 3 hours with us here today. This is wonderful. I was looking forward to this. And thank you very much, Sam. God bless you. The question is, if you become the next governor of Edo State, will you be frequent on Niger Watch Media? Niger Watch Media is one of the standing media in Edo State. In case we want to ask you questions of the things that is affecting us, because now we call you, you listen to us. But if you become the governor of Edo State, will you still listen to us, air to our cause? Are you
The
there,
politically correct answer is yes now. So I'll say yes so that you smile and you'll be happy. But
go ahead. Hi, make una let her talk. Tinubu, leave our network. Give us good network. All right. I promise you guys is certainly going to come back. It's back again, so don't worry. Okay, Barrister, can you hear me now, sir? Okay, go ahead, sir.
I was saying...
Okay. In fact, this is the last one.
And all applaud. Can you hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
So, but you must understand the kind of person I am. I'm not a fair weather friend. I don't use and dump.
Oh, good.
There's no reason for me to say when I get to government house, oh, there's a call from Niger Watch. I say, who are they? I beg, I beg. No, I'm not like that. That's not who I am. I don't use and dump. Today we are talking to each other as friends. There is no reason why any change in my circumstance and I become governor tomorrow, I will now say, oh, I don't know them again. Who they be? I beg, I beg, I beg. No, that's not who I am. I'm a worry boy. Ask worry people, we don't behave like that. Your friends are your friends, irrespective of circumstance.
Exactly.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Barrister. I would like you to give us a closing remark of just 1 minute to everybody. We have 1,620 people watching you right now across all social media platforms affiliated with us on Niger Watch. Please, just 1 minute to address everyone so that we can let you go, sir.
Thank you. I've had an absolutely fantastic time with all of you. I'm really grateful for the opportunity. I hope we have the opportunity again. It's 5 months. It's less than 5 months to elections. I'm sure you know the challenge. You know the constraints on my time constraints. But I'm going to try very hard to be back on the platform. This is an existential battle. This is a generational issue. I don't say this is the heartbeat of Nigeria. If the heart is functioning optimally, functioning properly, the rest of the body will function properly. So let us all take the Edo issue personal. If we can deal with the Edo issue, enthrone good governance and good leadership in Edo State, we are well on our way to enthroning good governance and leadership in Nigeria. So I don't think anybody should assume for 1 second that this matter not concern them. The Edo matter concerns all of us. The Edo matter concerns all of us. So I think we must take it very personal. Let's come out. Let us chime in where necessary. Let our voices be heard. We must make the point that the people must matter. The people must matter. Government is about the people, and we must make it that. That is what I'm about. That is what I'm here for. I give you my word. I give you my commitment. Hold me to this. Anytime, wake me up. This is what we're about. Government, we're not a craze. We are not animals. We can run this place, and we can run it properly. Let's prove them wrong. And that is what I'm saying. And thank you for the opportunity. I'll be back again by the grace of God.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good evening. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Bye for now. Okay, guys. Wow, that is the end of this. Wow, what a wonderful broadcast. Anyway, for the first time, we have about 500 people watching us from Twitter, on X. Wow, across all social media platforms, you guys were very, very engaging. May God bless you all, my people. Yes, this is it. This is what it's all about. This is what Nigeria Watch is all about. We bring them here, allow you guys to pass your questions. Unfortunately, some of you could not pass your questions as well. Please accept my apology. It's not deliberate. Like I said before, when Dr. Osaigbovo came in, always understand with us. I try my best. A candidate, governorship candidate that come into the platform to spend almost 3 hours with us, at least I don't see any reason for anybody to complain. Say, you not reach my turn, you not pick my call, I not feel enter panel. Please just understand with us. I don't have strength to satisfy everybody. But yes, he promised he's going to come back again. You know, a campaign does start. Osaigbovo promised to come back again. Barrister Olumide Akpata just promised to come back again. So the next person that will be coming now will be the APC candidate, Senator Monday Okpewolo. You guys can do it all over again. The respect that you guys passed on to Dr. Osaigbovo, I can see you guys replicated it on Barrister Olumide Akpata. May God bless every one of you. I really do appreciate this because I am honored to know that nobody was disrespectful today. Nobody was disrespectful on the comment section or on the panel or on the call. May God bless you all. Please, I would like you all to replicate that when we bring the APC man here. You know, let's, guide the rules of the platform. Now, God, I will bless you now, my people. Me particularly want to take a break right now. Before I take a break, because I'm going to leave the platform for Dr. CM for a while. But before I do that, I would like to quickly appreciate every one of you that have super chatted the platform. Started with Amaka Afojabi. Thank you very much, Adelaja Ogobi, Mr. Johnson, Emmanuel, Martin, Benjamin, Jeko Obedient, Amaka Afojabi once more, Madam Obi Ochuko. Thank you very much, Dr. Alexander Gomez. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Then we have Patty Solomon. Thank you, Madam Luke. Thank you very much, Madam, for doing it again. Thank you. I appreciate you always. And every one of you right there, Peggy Modi. We have Julian Salami. God bless you all. Talkback O. Thank you. Grand. Thank you so much. Love God is my strength. Amazing Grace USA. God bless you, man. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Love God is my strength once more. Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate your encouragement, your support. Every one of you that passed your questions today, thank you very much. Those of you that could not pass your questions, please stick with us. Don't worry, we'll bring it back again. You have the opportunity to pass your questions. Subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be aware whenever we are bringing him back or any of the other front runners. So I thank all my wonderful panelists. God bless you all, my wonderful people, my callers, and every one of you. You guys have done excellently well today. I'm grateful. Like I said before, it's a collective effort in what we are doing here. We are fighting for a better country, a better state. We just want to have a good country, a country that you and I can be proud of. The way things are going on right now is not beneficial, is not looking good for any of us. So let's let's keep our hope that we can have, or rather choose the right person amongst these front runners. I know there's other candidates like I've stated before, but I normally focus on the front three runners, just the APC, PDP, and the Labour Party. You know, I'm certain that maybe 95% that the governorship, the next governor of Edo State is going to come from these three, one of these three. So please select well. After you don't hear from all of them, select well. Now, God will bless you, Anthony Ola. God bless you all, my people. Dr. CM, I'll leave the platform for you right now, and I'll come back again. Let me quickly make 1 or 2 calls. God bless you, sir.
Sorry, before you leave, Dr. CM, can you allow us, before you leave, on behalf of the panel, behalf of the comment section, behalf of Nigerians all over the world, we say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. God keep you and your family. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. God bless you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all this encouragement. God will bless you, now, my people. I appreciate you. It's a collective effort. You see, before I go, let me say something. Where Barrister Olumide Akpata talk. He said nobody is better than me. Who they talk that word for this platform? When are they give me my credit to before I verse? Who they talk for a year all the time? But look, speak for me now. Who they talk every time I talk about this platform that nobody is better than me. And I don't believe I'm better than any of you. And he talk He said nobody, even though you are from the north, from the east, from wherever, nobody's better than him. And I like that. I want you to keep to that as well if you are listening to me. God bless you all. August CM, you have the platform. I'm listening to you guys, but I just want to take some break. God bless you all.
Go there, biza. I don't get to competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love, but I know they do competition with anybody. Forgive me, show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan. I don't need to competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan. No, they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí o, ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí. Alákọ̀bí Sábà Mẹ́la. Anybody? Any bobo. Anybody? Mo ló ń folú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti finishi. Délé mo ló ń folú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o.
No more bad government in Nigeria. In other words, the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. In other words, what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what be here? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, no the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what the voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and he recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys